Every week, gardeners throw away one of the most valuable resources in their entire growing system. Vegetable peels. Carrot peels, potato peels, cabbage leaves, lettuce stems, and countless other scraps end up in the trash while gardeners spend money trying to replace nutrients that were already in their kitchens. The problem isn't just waste. It's lost fertility. Every peel contains nutrients and organic compounds that can support soil biology. When those materials leave your property, so do valuable resources your garden could have used. One thing that helped me understand nutrient management better was paying closer attention to soil conditions. I use a YAMRON 4-in-1 soil moisture meter to monitor moisture, pH, temperature, and sunlight levels. Sometimes poor growth isn't caused by a lack of nutrients at all. It's caused by conditions that prevent plants from using them. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. Once I started treating vegetable peels as a resource instead of waste, my entire approach to gardening changed. Most gardeners are using peels the slow way. The traditional advice is simple. Throw the peels into a compost pile and wait. There's nothing wrong with composting. I do it myself. But many gardeners don't realize there are faster ways to put those nutrients to work. A compost pile may take months before nutrients become available to plants. In the meantime, your tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and leafy greens are growing right now. That's why I started experimenting with alternative uses for vegetable scraps. The results surprised me. One simple jar changed everything. One of the easiest methods involves nothing more than a large jar, water, and vegetable peels. I fill a container halfway with chopped vegetable scraps and cover them with water. Then I add a small handful of finished compost or healthy garden soil. That last step is important because it introduces beneficial microorganisms that help begin the breakdown process. The container sits in a shaded location for about 2 days. What happens during those 48 hours is more useful than many gardeners realize. The nutrients start moving quickly as the scraps soak. Nutrients begin moving into the water. No, this doesn't create a complete fertilizer. But it does produce a nutrient-rich liquid that can supplement plant growth while helping recycle materials that would otherwise be discarded. After 2 days, I strain the liquid and dilute it. For established vegetables, I usually use about 1 part liquid to 5 parts water. Then I apply it around the root zone. But before you try this, there's a mistake you need to avoid. The smell problem is completely preventable. Whenever gardeners tell me they tried a homemade fertilizer and it smelled terrible, the cause is usually the same. The mixture sat too long. Or it lacked airflow. A loosely covered container works much better than a tightly sealed one. And there's rarely a reason to leave the mixture sitting for weeks. For nutrient extraction, 2 to 3 days is usually enough. When managed properly, the result should smell earthy rather than rotten. That small adjustment makes the entire process far more practical. I've tested this in more than one type of garden. Over the years, I've used vegetable peel extracts in raised beds, containers, and traditional in-ground gardens. Container-grown tomatoes often show some of the most noticeable responses because containers lose nutrients more quickly through watering. I've also used the leftover strained solids as mulch around vegetables or added them to compost systems for further decomposition. Nothing goes to waste. That's one reason I like this approach. It fits naturally into a larger nutrient recycling system. Vegetable peels aren't a miracle fertilizer. This is where many online gardening tips become misleading. No single homemade fertilizer can replace healthy soil management. Plants require a broad range of nutrients in specific amounts. Vegetable peels provide some of those nutrients, but they work best when combined with compost, mulch, cover crops, and good gardening practices. I don't use peel extracts because they're magical. I use them because they're practical. They recover nutrients that would otherwise be lost. And they do it quickly. The real benefit goes beyond nutrients. The biggest lesson I learned wasn't about fertilizer. It was about resource efficiency. Healthy gardens aren't built by constantly importing more products. They're built by keeping nutrients cycling through the system. Every peel, leaf, stem, and scrap represents an opportunity to support soil biology rather than feed a landfill. Once you start seeing gardening through that lens, many common practices begin to make more sense. What I do today, very few vegetable scraps leave my property. Some become compost. Some become mulch. Some become quick liquid extracts. Each method serves a different purpose. The key is understanding how nutrients move through the garden ecosystem and choosing the right tool for the situation. The longer I garden, the more convinced I become that successful growing comes from understanding biology rather than chasing shortcuts. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Farmagic for more practical, science-based gardening tips. And share this video with another gardener who's still throwing valuable nutrients into the trash. The better we understand soil, microbes, and nutrient cycling, the better our harvests become.